Welcome, kings and queens, to another episode of Unapologetic, your number one podcast. This is the show where kings and queens tell their legacies and on. So get ready for the gems to drop and pull up to the table because we're ready.
Nobody I employed ever did staffing, and that was intentional. I didn't want nobody coming from another agency bringing their bad habits and the way that company did things.
Yeah,
I wanted
okay.
to be unique. I want our culture to be unique, man. So I brought rookies in, man. I was a rookie, so I'm learning it. I'm passing on. As I get knowledge, I'm passing it on to the team, which in a certain situation hurt me. I should have did some non-competes or something, but that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? But I was passing that knowledge. When I got it, I was passing it on, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted, as I win, I wanted them to win. You know what I'm saying? So,
of course.
So the setbacks were just being a rookie, man, and making mistakes. Bidding my contracts too low in the beginning, and people taking advantage of that. They knew I didn't know what I was doing. So I come in as like, okay, we can be profitable at this percentage, and they knowing that's almost half of what everybody else is charging. You know what I'm saying? So I was locked in for a year or two. You know what I'm saying? At that low rate. But it was a lesson, man. It was a lesson, man.
Dang, man. Yeah, but I understand you have to feel yourself, feel where you stand, comfortably. And
sure.
So I see that a lot of times in like new upcoming entrepreneurs, even myself, I've done tours now and whatnot. I've been traveling and stuff. But beforehand, I had that same type of mindset. Like, I don't know where do I start my price tag at, man? I don't know. But to hear others that go through that same trial and tribulations help, others like myself figure out like, okay, don't hold myself too far back, but at the same time, be humble enough to know where you stand.
For sure. That's tough for any entrepreneur. Setting prices, you can't charge the next man charge just because that's what they're charging. I mean, you got to know what goes behind that, man. You got to know what expenses you're going to come out your pocket. Like with me, as workers' comp is a huge one. So office worker, I ain't going to pay as much for an office worker as I'm going to pay for a guy in a foundry. But I was bidding them all the same way. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding that the workers' comp is going to be higher on that employee than is on this one. So the profit margin changes, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm paying more into it. So just little stuff like that, man. For real.
Wow, man, I'm learning much like that. I didn't know that much.
You live, you learn, man. And I'm a hustler, man. So when I set my rates, though, I wasn't like I was losing because I considered all that stuff that had to go into it. So I just wasn't being as profitable as I should have been. And one very key thing that this is a huge bump in the beginning, not thinking about me being an employer and having to pay taxes, employee taxes. So when that employee pays $50, I got to pay $50. So that's something I didn't calculate into my prices or startup costs or anything. I wasn't like, okay, I got to have 30,000 sent over for taxes. I didn't know that until I got into it. So.
Right.
So just a lot of nuances like that, man, that I didn't know that I know now. I'm 4 years in, man, and I'm an expert now, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, I'm an expert about staffing.
So, that's what's up, man. And so during not just your entrepreneur ventures, but you were also, I want to say, working in the community, as an advocate as well. You've been a part of the Black Man film, directed and produced by John Covington. And that's been going great all over the country. Congratulations on
all over the country. Yeah.
Proud of you.
Shout out to Big Bro, man. Good job.
Yeah. That was big. That was dope. So in doing so, how does that, help build you up as an entrepreneur? Does that, or do you try to keep that separated? So most people keep business.
Yeah, I can't separate it even if I wanted to, because it's me, and I'm all those things. All those things are inside the Will. So at any given point, any given minute, I'm talking about brown sugar, or I'm talking about Shoreline, or I'm addressing Black man. All these things are going on simultaneously, man. So I can't really separate it. But because I'm a recognizable face, it helps with, like the community trusts me. So when they come to me for a job, they trust that I'm going to get them a job. When they run into an issue on that job, they're trusting that Will's going to advocate for them. You know what I'm saying? So it helps with the trust and business. They're referring, referrals, like they're telling their companies and their employers that, okay, I know but we need staffing. I think we should deal with Will. So it helps in that, man, building, relationships. Relationships are huge in life, actually, but in business too, especially.
Of course. Networking is number one.
Absolutely. That's what I learned. Absolutely. And you never know who's watching, man. Like I had people approach me knowing who I was. I didn't have a clue who they were. But you know what I'm saying? So you got to watch how you move, man, and in the public, man, because people are watching, man, whether you know it or not, they're watching you.
man. And so you're the only, I want to say the only staffing place on Henry, correct? Is that on
Yeah.
Henry?
Yeah, I don't know any of this over there. Wait, it may be one over there by Pints and Courts. I can't think of the name of it, but it's one over by Pints and Courts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're the most well known, even though that one on Pints and Courts probably been there longer, but you're the
Mhm.
most well known in the
Yeah.
city right now. That's
Yeah, I
why,
try, man.
I have
I try.
people.
We go hard with marketing every opportunity. Like you see me, you probably gonna see me with some Shoreline gear on. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that starts
You even,
conversations. People be like, "Oh, Shoreline Staffing, what's that? Or where are you?"
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm always marketing, man, trying to get our name out there for sure.
Even now, I think you got the shirt on.
I do, I do, man.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
Market, y'all see these gems he's dropping, man.
yeah, for
Marketing is
sure.
important. I don't care if you go to church. Wear your
Hey, like
stuff to church.
for
You
sure, for sure. Somebody needs staffing, or they're gonna it's gonna at least start a conversation, man. They're gonna ask you what is it,
yeah.
you know. From there, you can explain yourself. And then now you're in somebody's mind when opportunities come available. Like, wait, I met this guy who owns a staffing agency. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes, man. Word of mouth is huge.
So during this, man, you're gonna be juggling a lot of responsibility. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You got Shoreline, which covers I say 100 people at the time at the moment, and then
Mm-hmm.
in next year, in the middle of the next year, you're gonna have a whole nother establishment,
For
and they're
sure,
like different, two different worlds. You know what I'm
for sure.
saying? But they collaborate so well together. Because as soon as I get done with this 9 to 5, I got to go to Brown Sugar to get me a drink. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Or just to
yeah,
vibe with my people.
for
And I
sure.
love the idea of it, man. It's crazy. How
Mm-hmm.
did you Did you mean to do that? Did you?
Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, I was addressing the need, man. If you think about it, we really don't have anywhere to go, man, for a happy hour. You get out of work, where am I going to go? One of the things that really sparked my interest in doing something like that is I would have family come in from out of town, man, and you know what I'm saying, they coming from bigger cities, so they get coming here, they
Mm.
want something to do, man. Like, let's go hang out, man. I'm like, I don't know where to take you, bro. I don't know where to take you right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
that kind
man!
of be like, okay. So I was like, we need something. I wasn't really thinking at the time that it would be me that would bring it. But it's definitely a
Right,
need there. There's definitely a need there, man.
man. So give me can you give a little outlet on how the design of Brown Sugar is going to be? Like if I'm walking in this new establishment, man, what can that endure? What can I expect?
So it kind of probably flipped a little bit since I last spoke with you about it. So
Yeah.
the initial plan called for the restaurant to be on the first floor and the event center on the second floor that you can rent out for weddings. Not parties, for weddings. You know what I'm saying? Wedding receptions,
Oh,
weddings,
okay, okay.
retirement parties. It's not something. If you're selling tickets for it, nah, Brown Sugar ain't gonna be the spot for you. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? For real,
Okay,
like yeah. So
I
with that, we
respect
want to
that.
offer catering and that type of stuff too, man. But since then, we flip flopped it. So we're gonna put the restaurant on the first floor, on the second floor. So now you overlooking the lake while you're eating dinner. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying that
Mm,
vibe, a nice breeze or something from the top as opposed to the bottom. So the event space is gonna be on the bottom floor right now. So you walk in, it's gonna be warm and inviting, man. The browns, the oranges, the blues. You know what I'm saying? Some black art on the walls, man. You know, so just a
ooh,
vibe, man. Just a
that's
vibe, for real.
what? Oh, that sounds so smooth.
Yeah.
So with
So
there
you know,
being
we got patios on the first floor and the second floor, so you can be
yeah,
outside. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to
okay,
still try to work out the nuances about being able to smoke a cigar. Like you can't in Michigan, you can't really smoke at restaurants no more. So I'm trying to figure out what that's going to look like.
right.
Yeah, man,
So
that's
that's
what it's
why you
doing.
have the separation of the levels. So
Yeah,
okay,
no, it's for the space. Like I wanted to separate the two businesses, right? So that's the event center is pretty much going to be my wife. That's what she do. You know, the
okay.
decorating and all that, man. The catering is going to come from Brown Sugar, but it's still going to be exquisite dreams inside of Brown Sugar. You know what I'm saying? That's already
Oh,
established.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah, you really did switch it up. That wasn't like this. Okay,
yeah,
that's a whole different platform now.
yeah, for
Dang.
sure,
So
man.
that's why it is up to the number that is up to now.
Yeah, yep.
That makes
Things
more
change,
sense.
man.
That
Things
makes
change.
more sense. So what man. So what is it just like fine dining? So I gotta come as I am? Do I have to come dressed up? Like how
Yeah,
would the
yeah. So
dress code be?
I kind of hesitate when I say fine dining, because I don't want it to be stuffy. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
want to be able to feel like to push your chair back, man, and get to doing a couple steps or something. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be that type of feel, man. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm in this restaurant, it's fancy. Nah, and we don't. The food, the menu, all that, the atmosphere, all is gonna all be that. But I still want you to be able to be yourself. So we want to kind of, and we're on the water. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to. I'm gonna feed off that. So yeah, put some clothes on, but yeah, you really don't have to either. You know what I'm saying?
Man, okay, all right. Because I gotta add, because a lot of spots now are changing into that type of fine dining, type of reservoir, just trying to bring like the high end people in.
Yeah.
And to each his own. It works in some states and some cities, but for me personally, if I go out on a business meet, like when I went to Dallas, the people that I was with, they wanted to dance. And I'm like, these are white collar, they got suits on, driving Bentleys, and they're like, y'all want to let loose like this? Like, yeah, man, we've been in the office all day.
Yeah. Yeah, you want somewhere to go so you can go, let your hair down, so to speak, man. Just be yourself without being judged for it. You know what I'm saying? That type of atmosphere, man. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be lamb chops and the steaks, man. But you still gonna have a nice time, man. So you're on the lake. Gonna be some nice music playing, and probably more of that kickback and dance stuff probably gonna happen from like 10 to 1 between those hours. You know what I'm saying? With family hours, stuff, whatever. You can bring a place you can bring your family to too, man. So it ain't just no couple thing or no. Yeah, man.
I like that whole vibe because I can have a business meet here. I can meet a couple of clients. That's a
Definitely.
perfect taste, and for Muskegon, that's a great taste for Muskegon right there.
Yeah.
It sounds like
West Michigan. I mean, because not even Grand Rapids have anything like that, or Kalamazoo, man. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a destination.
Yeah.
So when I was down in a place called New Buffalo, man, and I seen a whole bunch of cats there from Chicago that was trying to look away, get on that water, just have a relaxed atmosphere, man, and vibe. And they was coming from Chicago to New Buffalo, Michigan. Like, have you ever heard of New Buffalo?
No, that's my first. This is my first. I think I think about New York. I'm like, dang.
Right. So they were coming up from Chicago, man. So when I was talking to them about what I was planning, they was like, bro, make sure you let me know when that jump off, man, because we'll come up to it. So it's gonna be bigger than Muskegon, man. It's gonna be bigger than Muskegon.
That's a 4-hour, that's a 3-4 hour drive.
Yeah.
And they're willing to, you must, Now I feel like that's the confirmation for you right there to stay on it. Stay on this path.
For sure. And again, too, I mean, it's a black-owned restaurant, and some of the dishes are gonna be ethnic, you know what I'm saying? But this is not for just black people, man. You know what I'm saying? We want everybody to feel comfortable and come down there and have a good time, man. And, like in the summertime, we probably have a more cut back menu. It won't be as heavy as it will be in the fall and winter. Like it'd probably be mostly appetizers and drink specials and that, because in the summertime you just want to come have a couple wings or something, a drink, and just sit back and chill.
Right.
So you don't want to eat no lamb chops and mashed potatoes, and you know what I'm saying? You don't want
that heavy. Ask that. So the menu is broad. It's just not. It's not like just soulful. It's soul. There's fine in the dining. There's Creole. Would it be Creole Nation?
For sure. Soul influence, man. You know what I'm saying? So just think about, like, for instance, like a spinach artichoke dip. Instead of the spinach, we're gonna throw some collard greens in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be influenced by soul, but it's not necessarily a soul food restaurant.
Hold on, y'all. That was a good one. Oh my God. Those some collard greens in the spinach dip.
For sure. That's our culture. That's what we grew up on, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we like a nice steak, or we want a lamb chop. You know what I'm saying? So so it's best of both worlds for sure.
Oh my God. And it's 2024, right?
Yeah. Memorial weekend.
Is there any
way they can... Thursday before Memorial Day.
Yeah.
That's what we shoot.
Okay. Are you taking any donations for this type of ordeal? You asking for the city or anybody who wants to,
So in the business, a donation is considered an investment to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I give you some money, I'm going to return on that, man. You know what I'm saying? So no, I got a couple partners, man. Couple silent partners, and not because I'm trying to keep them quiet. They just want to play the back. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple partners, and apply for some grants, loans, and then our personal money, man. So no donations needed, man.
Oh, that's y'all hear it, boss moves.
Y'all because for real. Moves. So if I ask you for a donation, you give me $500. I'm gonna take your $500 and go make some money off your $500, but you ain't getting nothing back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out the kindness of your heart, I'm gonna help Will out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, bro. Nah, you give me 500, I'm gonna make sure you get 1,000 back, man, because you know what I'm saying, it's an investment, man.
I like that.
And I mean, that's
like
my
that.
opinion. I mean, I don't know how other people feel about that, man, but that's the way I view it.
That I respect that view, because a lot of times you see businesses like, you welcome to donate, blah 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 blah, and they're like,
Yeah,
yeah, I come in and have a drink. That's
right.
my
I
donation.
support you. Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
cool too. I'm sure they appreciate that too, man. But like I said, if you give it up cash, man, then that in business, that's to me, that's considered an investment.
I like that. I like that. So just a few more. I don't want to keep you too long. I don't keep
You
you too
good?
long.
Okay.
But oh my God, you was telling me about something a while ago. That you were, I don't think it was like an offset of brown sugar. Like, this is going to be like home base for all your businesses, or are you going to be implementing these spots in other cities like Holland or Grand Rapids? Is that one
Yeah,
of
yeah. So
those?
yep. So yeah, there's plans to expand. I mean, not just brown sugar, but even Shoreline, taking to other cities. Yeah. So that's out there, but we got to make sure Muskegon is taken care of first. Make sure that's solid and running like it's supposed to. And I got something else I'm working on. I don't want to get too deep into
Come
that because
on, don't do that
it's
to
still
me,
hey, it
baby.
literally just came last week, man. But it's another idea, man. I'm gonna leave it alone for now.
Ah,
Yeah,
bro, y'all see me working on him too. He was coming. He was
yeah,
there.
man. So yeah, I was close to giving you a hint, but I was like, I probably just leave it alone until what I'm saying, things get a little further along. But yeah,
Okay,
man, we
okay,
working, man. Bottom
okay.
line is we working, man. We're trying to make Muskegon a better place, man. Because if you look at it, every community around us is developing and prospering and growing,
Yeah,
except for actually the city of Muskegon Heights, and it's stagnant right now. And that's a city that everybody got to pass through to go to those other cities. To go
yeah.
downtown North Shore, you got to go through the Heights, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't miss it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
We trying to give them a reason to stop, man. Hit them brakes, man. Pull over, man. Come have a good time
right.
over
Come
there too.
have some type of interaction with the community that you pass.
Absolutely, absolutely. But at the same time, we got to make sure that they feel safe. And I ain't just talking about other races. Like I want to feel safe. Like if I go to another city and I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to stop here. Take my wife
Right.
in and get nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that it's inviting, man, and a safe place, man. But yeah, we're trying to, Muskegon High School needs some of that too, man. They
So
call it
what?
gentrification, whatever you want to call it, man. Those cities are growing. And just because
Right.
people are identifying don't mean that we're excluded. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Why we can't be part of that movement? You know what I'm saying? So I think people look at it wrong. Like, yeah, gentrification is real. It's real, but at the same time, why we can't be involved in that? So our people aren't getting moved out. Like we meeting force. Like we part of this too. So.
Right. And I agree with that wholeheartedly, because when I leave on my travels and whatnot, you see the exact same thing, but just on a bigger and broader scale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially in like the bigger cities, stuff like that. I'll be hearing, oh man, you can tell the difference. It's like how we go through the Heights and go to Norton Shores.
Mm-hmm.
In an instant, you can say, God, the grass is green. They got grass. Like,
Is
you
that
know what I
crazy?
mean?
It's
So,
crazy, man. I mean, not even a mile apart. Actually, the borders connect. You know what I'm saying? You can't really tell. You know what I'm saying? Like you still in the Heights. You feel like it's still the Heights. No, it's North Shores. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
right.
man. So yeah, we gotta close that up, man. We gotta
And you're
close that
doing
up.
this through the actions of through your businesses. I see that now. I really wholeheartedly thank you for the energy that you've been putting in since I've been around and been understanding the city and learning the city, because it's totally different from 5 years ago. Way
It
different
is.
from 5
It
years
is.
ago.
For sure it
And
is.
so it's like, now that these new ventures and stuff is going on, most people now are thinking like, who can I trust? Because you know